Hi everybody, welcome to my latest video. It's been quite a while since my last video, and that's because we've been busy and I've just been filming loads and loads of stuff, so I've got tons of things to share with you, lots to catch up on. I start the video with a soup festival and then we get into a wine festival in my local village. Both were super fun, but then we get stuck into the work in a big way. I end up doing a bunch of stuff in the garden, running errands, kind of faffing around, but my mom and dad are really getting stuck in, and the tool shed goes from foundation all the way up to being a structure. So that's incredibly exciting. Plus, I also go down and visit Sinead, who's been powering through with her fence. So there's loads to share in this video and loads more still to come. Let's just get right into it. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again at the end. Hi everybody, it's a brand new day, and before I get into sharing the work with you and what we're up to here, over the weekend, we went to Castelo Branco to buy a whole bunch of supplies that we need for the tower and plumbing and a bunch of other things. And we also went to the soup festival. Once again, we went last year and it was wonderful. So let's get into some footage of the weekend fun. And after the soup festival, we came back to my village where they had a wine festival on. So it's festa season and it's a lot of fun.
This is Kirsty's closest village. Actually, it's very close. It's just up the hill, and they're having their wine festival. It's lovely.
So Mom and Dad are hard at it again. What did you think of the festivities on the weekend?
Oh, I loved it. I loved the soup festival. I loved the little bowls. And I loved your wine festival in your
It was a surprise.
village.
It was a little better than expected.
And the little cup that we got.
How about you? Enjoyed the weekend, but ready to get into work by the looks of it?
Yeah, already.
Yeah? All right.
Had a good time.
That's 2 whole days off, though. I know you. Yeah.
I'm on a timeline.
It's always on a timeline. So my dad's continuing work on building the tower, and Mom is on the standing.
Yes, for the tower.
The tower, yeah. So it's looking really good. Everything's coming together nicely.
One down, 100 to go.
So, looks like you're making some good progress.
Wax on, wax off. Can anyone guess the movie?
It's a fine movie. A fine movie. So, it's looking really great. I love the stain. I think a lot of people said stick with this color instead of the window color, and I think you guys were right. And that was your choice as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It's beautiful.
Yeah, a fine choice. What do you think of this choice, sir? He's just hanging out, enjoying life. And maybe you can hear the sound of motors in the distance. It's a beautiful day, and a lot of people have been out working on the land. The temperature's perfect, the sun is out, and it's really wonderful. So I've got a massive amount of work to do in the garden. As I mentioned before, garden anxiety is real, and I feel like everything's kind of getting on top of me. I've got a greenhouse full of wonderful plants, which we'll visit in a minute. And my task for the day is to make at least 2 more garden beds. But before I head down to the garden, let's see what my dad's up to. How's it going?
All right.
You liking the color?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the color you would have chosen. So, Mom's doing the assembly line painting today, and
I'm doing the humping.
she's doing the humping.
And you can just set that one right up here.
So you think it's gonna work?
I'll find out in a minute.
I want to raise the wood off of the concrete, and we need something. We're gonna use washers or metal or something, but I'm thinking that if we can spread out this, get it to lay flat, stack it double or triple, and maybe that'll work.
As long as it can get yes.
But there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
We'll see. Could be a horrible idea. It might work. And then this was the other option.
This was the other idea.
Okay.
I'm making. You gotta do what you gotta do. I was gonna make shims out of beer cans.
You could still use those as shims to get it all level.
Yeah. I liked this idea better because it was my job to empty the cans.
My idea was just buy a piece of metal, but it's like 25 euros for one piece, so that
I can't.
that just won't do.
After all the metal that I've threw in the scrap bin at work over all the years and all the jobs, I can't force myself to buy a wee piece of flat bar
I think we can make this work.
for 40 bucks.
And so I'm gonna get changed out of this ridiculous outfit that I'm in and get into something more summery. It's quite chilly inside the house. I've been in there doing some video stuff, but now it's time to get out into the sunshine, down into the garden, and get to work. So I'm changed, it's beautiful out here. You've already shed a layer of clothes. And my mom is requesting some music. So that means the camera is gonna go away and we're just gonna get on with things, listen to some music in the background, and power through some work. But before I do, let me show you what the garden looks like right now, and then we'll do an after shot once I get a few beds done. So here we have some lemon prunings that I needed to take off the tree in order to get that thing to sit higher up. I also took off a whole bunch of lemons. We're gonna make some lemon cordial. I still have the flooding problem in the garden. I don't know why it's not going down the pipe. I need to check that out. So it's a bit swampy in parts. And yeah, here's the garden. It's looking really, really good for the amount of neglect it's faced over this winter. So this triangle bed's good. I'm gonna get some more tomato plants in there. The basil looks like it's ready to go in. And then I think I'm gonna make a big old triangle bed right there and possibly split this bed into two. I feel like I've made the paths too big, so I wanna make the paths a bit smaller so I have fewer weeds to deal with on the paths and more space to grow. But before I get to work, my ant eradication seems to have worked really well. Over here, there's a couple there, so it's not as bad as it was before. And I don't know if I've mentioned it already or not, but over there on the path and a couple other places, it's also worked. So this is what the garden is looking like right now. And when you see me again, that will hopefully be a beautiful garden bed. So the day is getting on, and as you can see, the garden hasn't had much progress, unfortunately. I've been kind of just doing random little things around the place. Being on the support team, I've laid out some tomatoes to plant, and I did get another bag of the poo pellets, and these things are super stinky, so I'm gonna, at a minimum, dig them into the soil. But as you can probably hear, there's some action happening up top. My dad's grinding some stuff. My mom is staining the wood. I had to wait for Sinead to get back from town with another container of the stain. So that delayed things a little bit, but my mom also did loads of weeding in the front, so let me show you some of her hard work. So I've got a couple of buckets of weeds filled up, and this is looking really, really amazing. I think it looks beautiful up here. I've got some stones to haul away. Here's some more weeds, and then there's some more staining. And off in the distance, my dad's making a bunch of noise. So even though my progress has been super slow in the garden, there's been some really exciting developments with the tower. My dad's been really hard at work, and yeah, things are looking really good. So that's better, things are quiet, and we have the first wall of the tower up. So this thing's actually gonna be pretty high, and initially I was just gonna do something low down to chuck some firewood underneath, but upon consideration and some suggestions from my dad, it seems like it's gonna be a good room. So this will be possibly a temporary bathroom, but then it's gonna be a little mini storage room for firewood and maybe some other stuff as well. So I don't know what his plan is for attaching the top, but we've got some materials on the way. We've got some plywood. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see it all come together, and then it'll be even better to be able to use it as a functional space. It's almost 4:30 and we haven't usually worked this late, so yeah, it feels...
Your dad's a slave driver.
Yeah, my dad's really pushing forward on the project and eager to keep going. So it's a beautiful night, but ready to wrap things up?
Yes, I'm ready for my dinner.
Ready to wrap it up, have some dinner,
Yeah.
and
relax.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow with maybe some more painting, some more assembly, and some more noisiness. Good morning, everybody. I'm off to a bit of a late start, but my mom is hard at it. And my dad is ready to lift the second piece into place. So we're gonna team up and try to get it onto the bolts.
I'm finished with the sander, darling.
Okay.
Yep, looks pretty good. Looks like a good space. Not just for holding water tanks, also for having a crap temporarily. This will be moved in here, and then after I build the toilet over there, this will become a storage thing. So the painting queen, the staining queen, is back in action.
Back in action.
I'll leave this outside on the pergola for the moment until I invest in something nicer.
Maybe
But you know,
next
it's
year.
you know, it's rustic, homemade, and it'll look nice with the stain on it, I think. And then onto these guys, and this is the roof.
It's a new roof.
The new roof.
New and improved. Kirsty changed their mind. What a surprise.
How dare you? And then this is going to go on the very top to waterproof the plywood, which the tank will sit on, which is over there. So it's all coming together. So everybody's working away and the weather's getting really weird. It's cold, it's overcast. I don't love it. How do you feel about this change in weather, Mom?
Well, I'm so tired of taking my
Off and on, off and on.
It's been about 10
No,
times.
make up your mind. It's chilly out here now.
Yeah.
So my dad's got the mega saw back there. He's doing a rip cut. I think it's for the roof or maybe the bracing. I'll leave it as a surprise. And I thought it might be a good time now to go down and check out the greenhouse and show you what I've got brewing down there. So as you can see, the garden is still swampy, but that's because I had a clog in my overflow. So I got rid of that, and I'm really hoping this dries out, even though the tank still does have a leak. And I always get lots of comments on my lilies. They're very beautiful, but they will expand and take over, so you have to be careful where you put them. So as you can see, I'm still working on garden beds. It's pretty heavy duty, pretty heavy going. Moving compost from the compost bin up to there and mixing it in with a whole bunch of stuff. The poo pellets, the dry ones, they're much more pleasant to work with. Actually, since we're passing Alvin the 4th, let's take a closer look at him. So Alvin's looking much the same. Maybe this is opening up just a little bit more. And that little green nub down here that I'm hoping will expand, looks like it's kind of on the way, growing quite slowly. And the jalapeno peppers, some of them are sprouting. Most of them are actually, which is pretty surprising. That one looks mostly dead with like some little leaves there. That one looks pretty dead as well. Maybe with time they'll all eventually spring back to life. The stems are green, so I don't know what that means. I imagine if they were dead it would be brown and look a lot sadder. So the greenhouse has some exciting things happening. It's mostly tomatoes, basil. I've got some sunflowers on the way. I love planting sunflowers all around the garden. And this is a supermarket basil that I've got everywhere because my seeds, they're really not doing anything. So I've got a whole bunch of different varieties of tomatoes, probably too many. And then I don't know what our plan is. Maybe to head to the market and pick up some things to plant as seedlings. So I was gonna head down to the garden. Mikey has the right idea to plant some stuff, but the weather has some other ideas. So looks like we're gonna take a lunch break. So we had a little bit of a surprise shower earlier. Mom was driven away, but Dad's powering through. How's it going?
Good.
Trying to get some tops on.
Yep.
And then call it a day, I guess. So it's going to be very tall and very useful space. I'm looking forward to it.
These things are handy if you don't ever come along.
I love a ratchet strap.
Yeah.
I love a ratchet strap. They're so useful, especially when you work by yourself.
Good.
So the rain keeps coming down and stopping and starting and stopping and starting. But my dad's been making some good progress. And yeah, one more piece. Oh yeah, now it's finished. So I was about to pack the tools back, but it stopped.
Well, I'm glad I never took them back again.
Think it's gonna start again? I feel like this weather cannot be trusted.
I don't have much left.
One more piece, and then we'll call it quits. I'm also hiding inside. The fire's on. The house is a bit chaotic. We bought this thing the other day. It's the gas boiler on demand, so that'll be interesting to set that up. And I'm inside doing some work on the computer. It's just one of those days. And just like that, the rain is off once more. There you go.
Yep.
What is this stuff?
Called bitumen
Tar?
membrane.
Bitumen membrane.
This is like what would be in the top of roof tiles in North America anyway.
Contemplating?
Huh?
Pondering?
I'm thinking.
That's your thinking face? That's your thinking face.
Yeah.
I help?
Yeah, just line it up roughly.
Yep. All right. So it's been a little while since we popped down to see Sinead, and as you can see, the fence progress has been amazing. Well done. She's got all kinds of stuff going on. This thing wraps super far around. It's not nailed in just yet, but she's making some quick progress. Got some gates coming to keep me out. And yeah, this is a whole bunch of work.
You are the bane of my life, Kirsty.
Yeah, I just come in and start digging up your flowers and peeing everywhere. It's just really awkward. So the fence is mostly for the dog, but possibly also partially for me. So, happy with it?
So what you do is you actually plant it in the ground and then it grows?
The fence does. Yeah. Nice one.
Look what I'm wearing!
For the first time. So my dad's up there getting splinters actually, and I'm like, where are your gloves? I don't do anything without gloves. My hands are precious and dainty. So yeah, I just think this looks really cool. It looks like it's been a whole bunch of work.
It has! It has been something I hadn't planned for, but here we are!
Would you say it has been a ball ache?
Well, guess what? Since I've started putting this fence up, the dog has not been here. I don't know if the message just went across really strongly and the dog has not shown itself.
That's kind of annoying. And now the neighbor's actually agreed to make his own fence, finally.
Oh,
So.
let's see if that happens. But anyway, I have a fence. I'm going to grow things up it. It's going to be a thing of beauty.
And so right now
It's going to
you're.
be a thing of beauty!
And so right now you're gonna actually go the whole way along and plant the fence.
I mean, after I do all the other things,
Okay.
you know, like build a bathroom and,
Okay, I see.
you know, so it's just it's an idea.
It'll be an ongoing fence
Idea.
planting
Yeah,
operation.
yeah. You know, when I'm sitting around with nothing else to do,
Plant a fence.
I'll plant things.
Anyway, I'm incredibly impressed. This looks like it was a mega job.
Oh, and the guy that sold me the fencing, he told me you can't do it by yourself.
Did he now?
He told me that you have to do it with two people.
Really?
I proved him wrong.
And I don't know how I should feel about this because I'm just up there. I've been waiting for the fence call for you to come down and help you. I've been ready and
Yeah.
the call never came.
You know,
And next thing I
you know
know,
yourself, Kirsty, you know yourself.
you just get on with things.
You know when you get into the zone and you just, yeah.
I do.
I don't know if you heard me yesterday.
Screaming at the fence?
Screaming, cursing and blinding.
Sometimes I do hear, but maybe I
you
just
just
choose.
choose to ignore, yeah.
Possibly.
I got tangled. The fence got tangled in all of the wood and over there.
Yeah.
So I'm not always smiling.
Anyway, this is absolutely amazing. So, well done. Well done to you.
Thanks.
So it might be too little too late, but Sinead she's a non-glove wearer and she's taken to wearing gloves.
Yeah, I got my own gloves. I got a pair
Oh,
of
do you?
gloves. Yeah.
You have some? Okay.
Yeah, I bought some the other day. Thank you anyway.
Okay, well. No more splinters so far.
Just Scalps. Don't get splinters, we get scalps.
I see. Never heard that word.
I did a jump test.
So I've been gallivanting, off doing yoga, having coffee with friends. My mom joined us for coffee. And my dad's been here slaving away on the roof. And yeah, it looks very robust. It's gonna keep it all waterproofed. Happy with this stuff?
I'm happy with the stuff, but the backing, I don't know how the roofers do it, but it's supposed to come off easy, but it was a nightmare getting it off.
Ah, really?
It must be an actor, I was doing something wrong.
And I can hear my friends Billy and Roger are on their way. They should be pulling in right about now with a big metal box thing that will hopefully fit somewhere around there and house the gas boiler box thing. So I've heard their truck.
Oh,
And here they are.
huge.
It is huge.
It's going on the outside though, right?
Yes. Hello! All right, so we're gonna get this thing off, get it in place, and see what we're dealing with. So the box has arrived. I just had to film everybody looking nice and cozy in here. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
What do you think of my dad's handiwork?
Excellent as always.
Den.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man cave. And so this is the enormous box, but I think it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work, guys. We're gonna make it work.
I'm glad it's as big as that now. I never realised, but it's worked out
We'll
great.
stick some prisoners in there. It's very versatile. So I guess we'll try to fasten it onto the outside here and maybe access it from the inside of what appears to be a brand new extension. So, thanks.
Cheers. Cheers.
But it's
To the
going
new
to
extension.
be a new toilet, hopefully.
Temporarily.
Tune in
Aye,
next
but-
week to see Kirsty doing his shit.
Yeah, that's a different channel, Bailey. That's a different channel. So this is going to be
Get rid of that thing.
gone, and I'm going to move the toilet in there temporarily while I build the toilet over there. All right. Farewell. So it's a beautiful blue sky day, and my parents are here. And this is the first you've seen of the tower, Mom? What do you think?
I think it's great. I love that big box.
It's gonna be useful.
Very useful.
Yeah, it's a whole new space.
It
You can
certainly
move in
is.
here. It could be your granny flat.
Good. One little sleeping bag.
You'd be handy
Yeah.
for the toilet.
We'll give you a mattress as well. That's true. So they're gonna get on with some stuff. I think my mom's got some sanding in her future of this. And my dad's got some pondering, some chopping, and I'm gonna be heading to a friend's place to borrow a tool that I need for this stuff. Based on the advice of some friends, I've decided to go with this multi-layer, multi-kamada PEX pipe, which is the white stuff behind me. And you have two types of fittings. You've got the screw-on fittings, which I've struggled with in the past and aren't as reliable apparently. And you have some crimping fittings that you squash on, but you need a special tool. So I'm gonna head off to get that now. And my parents are just gonna get on with things, and I'll be back hopefully quite soon to see what they've been up to and to start plumbing up the big blue water tank, because we're really hoping to get it up on top of the tower by the end of today. Okay, I'm back. I got the tool. It comes in this massive case. It's so I'm gonna bust this out later and investigate. I've also got a pump. So I've got a lot of, I don't know, figuring out to do. That's just how that all goes. And first things first, my parents are inside because the sun has come out in full force. And my first task for this day, besides tool collection, recycling, and a few other things that I've already done, is try to hang up some shade. Because, after all, that's kind of the point of the pergola. So my car needs a clean, but it is a car tractor after all. I've just been down to Sinead's place, where she has enormous bundles of this pine. It's just offcuts. It's usually used as firewood, but I think it's going to come in handy for the walls of the toilet slash water tower slash spare room slash who knows what. Shade cloth is up, thanks to Dad. And Mom is back on the painting, although you're not in the shade.
It's all right. It's for a little while, and then
Clouds are coming and going.
Yes.
But I just wanted to highlight that my mom has been working hard up at the house, producing lemon cordial. And we're gonna try it. We're gonna make some lunch and give it a sip.
Okay.
Was it an enjoyable process?
It was a long process because I did it for 3 days.
You did 6 bottles, and yours is extra syrupy, so it probably even has more.
Well, it said for lots of sugar, so it's not for those that are counting calories.
Definitely not, but very few things around here are.
Yeah.
So we've got my mom's lemon cordial. Cheers.
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 Cheers. There's no vodka in it.
Not yet.
Very refreshing.
Thoughts?
It's good. It's the beginning of the summer.
Very good.
It's a summer drink, and we've got 6 to get through, and a tree full of lemons still. Those are the high up lemons though, so a little less accessible. Alright, so let's enjoy our lunch. Do some lemonade. And then finally, hopefully, I can actually get started with some work in the afternoon. Okay, lunch break is over, and I am having a really hard time getting going. I've been doing video stuff, I've been coming and going, and I haven't really got stuck into the work. It feels like in a few days, but you're going for it still? Still enjoying?
Lots of painting and sanding in
Still,
my future.
still enjoying the sanding and staining?
Oh, it's wonderful. Only 500 more pieces to go.
Glad to hear it. You're just so good at it, Mom.
Yeah.
And then over here we've got Dad working on prepping the pieces for the sides. How's it going over here? Your little workshop?
Yeah, I'm knocked it off. I'm lucky. Look at a bit of shade. Actually, it's a great wee spot to work.
Yeah, it's a lovely little spot. And then when this is gone, there'll be plenty of space back here, so it's going to be really nice. And so my task for the day that I've been trying to get to all day, but haven't managed it so far, is to do the plumbing for this big water tank. They kindly put the fitting on the bottom for me, but the top is going to require some drilling to make a hole for the inlet and the overflow as well. So I'm going to work on that, but first I think we're going to get this hot water box in place inside the new water tower slash hut. Allow me to part the macaroni. So this is a momentous occasion. We've got noisy fighter jets flying overhead by the sounds of it. And we've got the hot water heater going in. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Next year I can have a hot shower maybe.
You can have it here.
Don't know how easy this is going to be to hang up. Should just slide into position, but hey.
Well, let me put the camera down and give you an extra set of hands. So my dad had the idea to use this giant metal box as an extra little room, and so we're gonna hang it up in there. He's already attached the fitting, and now we just, I think, we just stick the box on.
Alright, so we got that in one shot. I thought it was going to be a bit fiddly, but that's great. Yeah, it's looking good. Is that all set for plumbing? You're up, Kirsty.
Uh-oh. So I think it's perfect. There's some space for shelves. We can fit gas bottle box at the bottom. And it leaves this space to cram it with other stuff, starting with a temporary toilet, and then it'll probably end up being some tool storage after that. So yeah, happy with that?
Yeah, yeah, and you can hang stuff also. You know, just stick a nail in a bit of string, you can hang up your strimmer and all that.
The options
It takes a lot of room.
are endless. So, I guess you're gonna continue with plank patrol, and I'm gonna figure out what to do about this thing. So let's wrap the video up there. I'm gonna tackle that blue water tank in the next video. This one has been long enough and packed with stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. I've got loads of footage to share. I've been filming tons of stuff. Things have been moving along at a great pace, and I'm excited to get that all to you, but I'm also really looking forward to spending time with my parents and haven't been focused on the videos quite as much, so they might be a little bit slow to come. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long one, but a good one, and I really enjoyed sharing it. If you did like the video, please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.